Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Warriors win their seventh championship, led by Steph Curry, defeating the Boston Celtics in Boston. And really, they went on a 21-point run in the the first quarter. And pretty much that was a wrap. Boston couldn't get no more than like 8 points after that. It was up 14-2. You would have thought they was locked in, but they had their lapses, and you can't do that with the Golden State Warriors. Now with this group, they were on a mission. Their bench played well. Shout out to Gary Payton Jr. He played extremely well defensively. Shout out to Andrew Wiggins. He basically outshined Jason Tatum. He locked him up. Also, he was locking Jaylen Brown up when he was guarding him. And what can you say? I was rooting for Boston, but too many turnovers, too many bad shots. The offense kind of stagnated, and it just was jacking up three-pointers. A lot of people on that team are not really consistent shooting three-pointers. Their two stars in this game was underwhelming. Too many turnovers. I read that Jason Tatum had like 100 turnovers in the playoffs. That's unacceptable. But I'm not going to say. Well, I am going to say he came up small. He came up small. They need another score. They need another score, man. They need a facilitator. They need someone that's going to run the offense. Smart, Marcus Smart. He was exposed in this game. He didn't want no smoke with Curry. He was not. Any chance he got to guard someone else, he left Al Horford out there on the island. Marcus Smart, you're the defensive player of the year. Just because you get dogged out, you still have to show the fortitude and pride to try to stop Curry. Whatever you got to do, disrupt him. Whatever you got to do, you're not going to stop him, but at least show some resistance. I didn't see it in the second half. You didn't want that challenge. So therefore, it is what it is on that point. You're the defensive player of the year. Congratulations on that. But when they needed you the most, you didn't step up. You were flopping. You were looking for bailout calls. And in the championship, even though you're at home, they're not going to give you those calls. So it is what it is. But, Celtics, they need another piece. They need another piece. They need another wing guy. It's not like they haven't tried. They tried to go with the, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker as another scorer. The guy that Haywood, he had those injuries. He just never, developed to what the Celtics envisioned him to be. A nice player, but, they moved on from him. Kyrie Irving, you saw him in his last playoffs with the Celtics against Milwaukee on the road. He was like, what, 2 for 17 in that game? So Boston needed another score. As for the champions, Golden State Warriors, congratulations to them. They were able to do what they had to do. They won 3 games in a row, beating Boston twice in Boston and closing the series out in Boston. This is Boston only being the second time that they lost a championship series as far as the opposition beating them on their floor. The first team was the Los Angeles Lakers with Magic and Kareem and James Worthy and the rest of the crew. So the Boston fans, I know this one sting. It definitely sting. Um, but you have a young team. This is invaluable experience that you have. You've been on the doorstep, and it's hard to knock a champion, especially a determined champion, off. It's hard to knock them off. Golden State was hungry. They've been in the cellar for 2 years. Kevin Durant decided to move on and do his own thing in Brooklyn. Uh, but man, can you imagine if he would have stayed? But he wanted to do his own thing. So they proved that they can win without Kevin Durant. They proved that they can win, I'm sorry, with Kevin Durant, and they proved that they can win without Kevin Durant, obviously. So, what can you do, man? But, it is what it is. It was a good playoffs. It was a good series. It was intense. Like I said, Tatum is still a level he needs to get to. He's still not on par with a lot of these assassins out here. I know he loves Kobe Bryant like we all do, but he has to develop. Um, you can't get discouraged, man. I know Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is no slice of baloney. He's a talented player. The only thing about Andrew Wiggins people question was his heart. He proved, hey, look, man, he proved his talent. You know what I'm saying? Kid from Kansas. I mean, he went to Kansas, played with Joel Embiid. He got his ring, and he was awesome in the series. Seriously, he was awesome, and he did his thing. But Steph Curry was able to win the MVP, Finals MVP. He was denied the MVP in the first title, but Andre Iguodala got it. But that was the only thing that the critics were saying about Steph Curry. He's not a final MVP, this, that, and the other, and all that. But he proved the naysayers wrong. They wouldn't have won this championship without Curry. Curry put him on the back. He put the team on his back when he had to, and that's a fact. And so this was a definite one of those performances that I will remember. Steph Curry. I think this was probably for me watching the Golden State Warriors do their thing the last 8 years, winning 4 championships in those 8 years. And even against Toronto when they lost, they didn't have Kevin Durant fully healthy, and as everyone saw when he came back in the deciding game against them, Toronto, he got hurt again. So Klay Thompson got hurt. So Klay was out for 2 years. He hurt his knee, then he hurt his Achilles, pickup game or something like that. But hey, Klay Thomas was hungry, man. He got it, and you can see the relief on his face. You can see, even though Draymond Green, he didn't have the best of series, but when it counted, he was able to, do what Draymond Green do. Facilitate, crash the boards, play defense, and if you play defense and you don't cheat the game, good things happen. So, congratulations, Steve Kerr. He's got his 4th championship, I believe. As a coach, and they say what you want about the Warriors, they've been there. So they're back. They're back on the mountaintop, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do everything they can do. They got a young nucleus. They got a nice bench. Like I said before, Gary Payton Jr. He's bounced around the league. He's found a home. The kid Poole, he had a good game last night, and so they got a young nucleus, man. That's really Looney, he played well, offensive rebounds. So, hey man, what can you do? The Warriors are back. They're the champions. They're the king of the league right now. So, for all you Laker fans and Sun fans and all that, and who else is out there in the West? Dallas, Memphis is knocking on the door. These cats are getting older in Golden State. The nucleus is, but they do have some troops. They do have a crew that's running with them. And Andrew Wiggins proved to the league. What I mean, you don't give up on players. You can write a narrative, but he didn't go number one in the league for nothing. He has talent. He's 6'9", 6'10", long arms, uh, cuts to the basket, can shoot threes, can play. Prove that he can play defense. Excellent defensive player. So it's just consistency with him. He was consistent. He arguably could have won if it wasn't for Curry. He arguably could have been a Finals MVP. But he reminded people, hey, what Roy Jones used to have that album said, y'all must have forgot. So shout out to him, man. Proud of the guy. So it is what it is, man. I'm a Celtic fan, Wizard fan, but I'm a Celtic fan. My father was a Celtic fan, so I was rooting for the Celtics to win. Number 18, it didn't happen. They were there, um, but it's invaluable learning experience. Once you did, now you know what you got to do. There's no corners you can cut. You got to push. You got to push through, and the defense wasn't up to par the last three games, and some of that was because of the Warriors. So uh, they need another piece, though. They need another piece. I would love if they made a trade and somehow got Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons don't want to shoot. He want to facilitate, but he will play defense and he will lock people up. So, but his head, we don't know. Hopefully he can get himself together because homie ain't play at all. I don't know what's going on. Mental thing and all, whatever. But this is the NBA, man. You got to be able to have thick skin. These environments. It's not going to get any better. You can't duck it. You can't duck from playing in Philadelphia, and you can't duck from going to New York. And people gonna, you're only as good as your last game. People look at your last game and they felt that you didn't want to smoke, you didn't want to take, any shots, and then how you conducted yourself as far as you got in your head, oh, well, I don't want to play for them anymore. Hey man, fans gonna critique, especially Philadelphia fans. Boston fans are tough. New York fans are tough. Fans everywhere are tough. So when you go to your neighborhood, black. You don't know what these kids. They don't play in black tops no more. They don't play on asphalt. They go to gyms. But when you go to these different cities, man, people gonna, that's what they do. They talk noise. They talk trash. But you gotta be able to let that roll off your back and be a baller. That's all it is. Being a baller. Your teammates will pick you up. But work on your shot, man. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure Brooklyn got some plans for you. But I would love to see him in the Celtics green because I think that's the type of player that can. If the Celtics decided now, they're not going to just give him up in the contract and everything. But if they had, I would just envision if they had somebody like a Ben Simmons and just to, um, kind of play that defense, on Curry and stuff like that. But you got some ballers coming out of college this year, so hopefully Boston and management, Brad Stevens was able to put some trades together and maybe they have somebody G League or they need some dogs, man. They need another dog on the defensive end. They got some, trust me. But Al Horford, uh, you know, he did yeoman's work. But Al Horford is in like his mid to late 30s, and but he gave him all he can give. But the NBA is over, folks. So we'll get prepared to the draft and then free agency. Uh, probably next month, and I'm gonna see what the Wizards gonna do because I'm tired of them. Same old thing with the Wizards. They want to, you know, they spark when they get started, and then when they get tough, they don't want to play defense. We don't know what Bradley Beal wants to do. He can make the most money staying in Washington, but obviously he's been there. It's like Groundhog Day. When are they going to step up? Because the East is tough, but you can get in, and but you have to, have some luck as far as injuries. You have to be able to play defense. You got to have some dogs on offense, and that's been the Wizards' problem since Coach Randy Whitman was relieved of his duties. They just will not commit to the defensive end. And hopefully Wes Unseld Jr. Is able to convince them that in order to get where you want to go, you have to commit defensively. And I don't know. The Wizards, I've been watching them for years and years and years, and they do the same old thing. So they falter at the end. And the lack of commitment to defense gets them every time. But they have a nucleus. They have a team, and I'm pretty sure they'll work something out. I'll make another live as far as the state of the league probably this weekend. By the way, happy Juneteenth for everyone out there. And just remember the importance of this day, the magnitude of this of Juneteenth. So that's it for me. Like I said, this weekend I'll probably do another live and discuss the state of the NBA. Once again, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, aka Dubs, for another championship. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. It's almost bittersweet. I am a Steph Curry fan, and I found myself. He pissed me off, but that's the greatness that he had. He pissed me off though. You know what I mean? And Steph is getting better, man. I mean, he's bulked up. His defense in this series was eye opening. Steph will do what he has to do, and he will cut your heart out too. He will rip your heart right out. So congratulations to them, and we'll see you soon. Take care.